What's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Warriors tonight. Guys, what a great win for the Los Angeles Lakers, guys. The Lakers are now on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Warriors tonight in convincing fashion, 105-99. And, guys, we got to see the debut of Luke Kennard in his debut tonight, coming off the bench with an amazing shooting effort tonight. What we actually expected to see from Luke Kennard going into this to the Lakers and this team, and just in his debut tonight, guys. And what a great win and what a great effort that we saw. Also, not just from Luke Kennard in his debut, but the bench. For the first time ever, I have to say, this was the best outing by the Lakers tonight when it came to our bench role players, from Jared Vanderbilt, from Luke Kennard, Austin Reeves, showing up as well, still getting his bearings back in after being out for almost a month and a half due to his injury. And, rightfully so, we need to make sure that he is good and ready to go. But I think it's about time that he, for sure, goes potentially to back to the starting lineup, hopefully. But I don't know. We just have to wait and see what JJ Redick wants to do with Austin Reeves in that particular situation. But hopefully very soon. But obviously he showed up, and then just had some plethora of others showing up for the bench and helping out. This Lakers team without LUKA tonight. So this was a great effort that we saw from this Lakers team tonight, and I'm just so impressed what we saw from this Lakers team when it comes all said and done. And I really can't wait to get into the stats of tonight's game and break down everything that we saw from tonight's game. And once again, guys, I really want to thank everyone for joining me on ZSN. I really do appreciate it. And of course, showing me the love, support as always, all over social media, and of course on this channel, ZSN on YouTube. I really appreciate it, guys. And of course, we're going to get right into it, with the stats of tonight's game and how this Lakers team won this game when it came down to it. And I'm also going to be talking about potential buyout candidates, and specifically the Lakers targeting Cam Thomas. When it comes to all said and done, I really think the Lakers can really use his efforts and what he can bring to the table scoring wise as a potential sixth man coming off the bench for this Lakers team. But we just have to wait and see how that works out. But maybe it'll work out or not. Maybe the Lakers will focus more on defense more than anything, which I have no problem with. But at the same time, if you have a Cam Thomas out there in free agent that could be a good asset to your team, then you should target. But I'm going to get more into his situation, what he can do for this Lakers team throughout this live stream. If you guys want to stay tuned for that, I will be breaking down potential candidates for the buyout target players that the Lakers should fill in for that 15-man roster spot. So stay tuned for that. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just get right into the Lakers' big win tonight against the Warriors, 105-99. It was a great effort that we saw from this Lakers team, and rightfully so. They needed to show up, and with no Steph Curry and them being depleted with their own injuries, with no Jimmy Butler out for the season, and we just had a few minor injuries, obviously with the Luka Doncic, but obviously it's a day-to-day situation with him. According to what JJ had to say to the media before the game started, is that it's going to be a day-to-day type of situation with Luka Doncic when it comes all said and done. So hopefully day-to-day, and hopefully he comes back very soon. But hopefully by then, the Lakers will manage to win games on their own without their number one guy in Luka Doncic. But, they actually did it tonight, and they showed up, especially our bench. I was so impressed by our bench players. They really went out there and showed up with their efforts tonight. Obviously, when you look at the starting lineup tonight, obviously when you look at LeBron, showing up for the Lakers, obviously with 20 points out there tonight. He did struggle from the three, but he still managed to give us 10 assists and 7 rebounds out there with 1 block and 1 steal. So great job out there from LeBron, 20 points out there tonight. Rui Hachimura, man, this guy is on a whole different level now, finally returning to the starting lineup after being on the bench for a couple of weeks. But rightfully so, he just coming back from injury, in his own right. But obviously, we needed him when it comes to his scoring, and that's what he showed up tonight with his scoring ability. 18 points, 4 of 5 from the three, and managed to go 7 of 10 from the field. So he was all over the place offensively. He was helping us out with his shooting ability. He was on a roll in this game against the Golden State Warriors tonight. So great job out there from Rui Hachimura. And then Marcus Smart. We need him for sure to be part of the starting lineup with no Luka Doncic. Obviously, his defense is much needed in the rotation, and plus just being part of the starting lineup. And obviously, it showed. But he went out there tonight with some scoring out there, going with 15 points out there tonight. And he did go 8 of 9 from the free throw line, so that also played a big role of him scoring the way that he did. But still, I mean, going 1 of 2 from the three, 3 of 7 from the field, and managed to give us 3 rebounds and 4 assists with 2 blocks out there. So his defense was needed in the starting lineup and the part of the rotation as well when it comes to all said and done, because obviously no, uh, you know, uh, DeAndre Ayton, you don't have him, in the starting lineup because he's dealing with an injury of his own. So obviously, hopefully, a speedy recovery for him. I just found that out. I did not realize he was dealing with something. So that's just happened over a sudden. And then you have Luka Doncic being out. You need him to step up and show up and play the minutes that he's much needed in this game. So obviously, he did great, played very well out there tonight. So great job out there from Marcus Smart. But like I said, guys, I was so impressed more than anything from our bench players, our role players, that really went out there and showed up when it came to their efforts. This is the first time ever that I'm gonna have to say it was a very great win effort from our bench players. I mean, I have to say it was a good effort from our bench players. This is the first time ever that I've seen them, this season show up when you don't have to rely on our star players and our starting lineups to help us win games. So great effort all around when it came to our bench players with you know, Jared Vanderbilt, who obviously went out there tonight and dominated, guys. He was there. He was all over the place, offensively and defensively, when it came down to it. So Jared Vanderbilt with 13 points went 2 of 3 from the three and managed to give us 8 rebounds and 2 assists with 2 steals and 1 block. I mean, the guy was just all over the place offensively and defensively as well, especially his shooting. He was very helpful in this game when it came to his shooting. I mean, the Warriors, they were shooting lights out, rightfully for themselves. I mean, they were out there when it came to their shooting efforts and trying to beat the Lakers, but it was just nowhere near the success that they wanted to achieve. But the Lakers did. So, embarrassed them tonight when it came to their efforts. So, great job out there from the Lakers. Coming back and making a huge impact, especially from our new Laker in Luke Kennard out there tonight with his efforts tonight. I mean, not bad of a great debut tonight from him. I mean, going out there tonight, shooting and showing his clutch threes that he is known to be doing. And plus, we saw a bit of a playmaker in this game. I mean, we saw half the time that he was passing the ball at right moments in key situations. And he did it tonight, and it was awesome. It was awesome. 10 points, 2 of 4 from the three, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He had 1 steal. I mean, the guy made a huge impression in his debut as a Los Angeles Laker in LA. And it was a great moment to witness. And guys, this is hopefully will be a consistency out of Luke Kennard, excuse me, when it comes to his efforts tonight and what we saw from him tonight. So great job out there. Great debut. Welcome to LA, Luke Kennard. And hopefully we'll see this as a consistency out of him uh, throughout this regular season. So for the remainder of the season, hopefully. And then you have Austin Reeves tonight. Obviously he's taken a backseat tonight. Obviously, against the 76ers, he went off, put up 35 points. And, tonight we do actually needed him to score tonight, but obviously it just wasn't the case. But he did manage to give us 16 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. So, he showed some efforts tonight. So greatly appreciate it. I mean, he was out there. And guys, there's no doubt about it. With Austin Reeves, on the team, we win games when he shows up. And he's been that way since. And he's going to get paid. He is going to be part of this Lakers team for the future, unless something big happens when it comes to a big trade that will be a game changer for the franchise. But you never know. Anything could happen. But Austin Reeves, for sure, is here to stay. He's going to get a contract. He's going to get paid. And, because of his efforts, what he brings to the table. I mean, since his return, the Lakers have been 3-0 since his return. So he's been awesome for this Lakers team. So great job out there from Austin Reeves and the bench in general. I mean, they all showed up. I mean, even Maxi Cleaver, he went 5 points, had 7 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, 1 block out there. I mean, we actually really needed him as part of the rotation because of DeAndre Ayton being out. So, when you have Jackson Hayes being in the starting lineup, we needed help big wise part of the rotation, and that's what he did tonight. He played his role. So great job out there from Maxi Kleber, and of course from our bench players and just this team in general, guys. I mean, this was a great effort from this Lakers team, and I'm so glad that we got this big win out there tonight when it comes all said and done. And these are the type of wins. These are the type of games that the Lakers have to win every chance that they get when it comes all said and done. And really looking forward to what they will bring to the table for this Lakers team when it comes to Luke Kennard and his efforts that we will see from him throughout this regular season, and hopefully when it comes to the postseason. So really rooting for him and his success with this Lakers team. And if he keeps it up, he could be part of this Lakers team for the future, surrounding Luka Doncic and his efforts that he could bring to the table. So uh, it's really awesome. It really showed some really good efforts tonight when it comes to his efforts. So great job out there from Luke Kennard and Jared Vanderbilt and just this team in general. I mean, we really showed up when it came down to it. So great job out there from this team. A 3-game winning streak. And hopefully we're going to be facing the OKC Thunder with no Shea. He's going to be out for at least couple weeks with his own injuries. So, but still, I mean, the OKC Thunder is a really good team. And, they're not a team to be messed with. So hopefully the Lakers will bring their A game when it comes to that matchup for sure. So really looking forward to that. Maybe Luke Kennard will be a huge game changer for us when it comes to his shooting and his clutch situations. So hopefully soon. All right. Welcome, Daniel, to the live stream. Really appreciate you joining, man. Happy Saturday to you too, buddy. Thank you so much for joining ZSN on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And then ugly win, go Lakers, as always. Yeah, I mean, there was some times in this game that, the Lakers was, falling behind a bit. And, it was sad to watch at times. I really get it. And especially in this game for sure. I forgot to bring that up, but at the same time, my excitement really took the best of me, when it comes to the Lakers and their, win tonight against the Warriors tonight. So apologies, but at the same time, a win is a win when it comes to this Lakers team and their problems and their situations when it comes to injuries and the lack of defensive efforts. So obviously, when you see what the Lakers did tonight, you just kind of forget the ugly way they did it. but a win is a win, and any chance that we get against any team in the NBA. And hopefully Lakers will fix their problems once they fill that 15-man roster spot. And we will get to that in just a bit, as I mentioned. So stay tuned. I really appreciate it. And I'll give you guys my thoughts about the potential candidates the Lakers should potentially target, uh, when it comes down to that 15th roster spot. So just stay tuned for that. I really appreciate it. But yeah, it was an ugly win for sure. We kind of saw that the Lakers were outscored, at times, especially in the first half. But then the third quarter came about and they made a huge comeback after that. Then the fourth quarter showed up a bit. And, obviously we saw threes being thrown by the Warriors from Draymond Green and um, what was this guy's name? Pat Stewart or Spencer or something. So Pat Spencer. I mean, the guy was just shooting threes everywhere. So obviously he was, and obviously Moses Moody. He was showing up when it comes to his threes that he was making for the Warriors. So there were some moments in the game where I was like, "Oh my God, the Lakers are going to allow the Warriors to get past them because of their threes being made." And but that wasn't the case thanks to Rui. Rui is making threes after that, and then we saw some defensive efforts from this Lakers team to really stop the Warriors from making a huge run at one point or getting a lead on them. Um, so we saw a bit of that. Then, obviously Luke Kennard, showing up in his right in this game with his clutch threes and his passing abilities and him just, showing up. He's not known for being a good defensive player. So, he needs to improve on that for sure. But, that's kind of been his career. He's more of an offensive attack, clutch three type of player. I mean, obviously this season, he's leading the NBA in shooting threes this season. So he is known for what we want from a guy like him that can shoot threes. So, and it's shown. So hopefully he keeps it up and shows up for the Lakers team and every chance that we get from him when it comes to winning games at close moments and key situations. So it was great. It was great, and I was glad to see a great impression from Luke Kennard in this game, and hopefully we'll see more. Hopefully, see more out of him and throughout the remainder of the NBA season. So, just great job out there from Luke. And we're gonna have OKC next, so hopefully he shows up in that game for sure. So, but overall, this team, I mean, Jared Vanderbilt, I mean, it's a rare night that we see him average, I think he had what 13. I don't know. I just read his stats, but he had some really good efforts all across the board, offensively, defensively. He was all over the place. He was made a really good effort or impact on this team really when it comes to his efforts tonight, along with Marcus Smart defensively as well. Even though he did put up 15 points in the game, so that was needed for sure. And then you have Rui Hachimura, who had 19 points or 18 points, excuse me, and just going 4 of 5 from the three with his shooting efforts tonight. So it was all a good team effort, and it was a good team effort, and hopefully they keep it up because we had to beat teams like the Warriors, like teams that are beneath the Lakers, that are winnable ones. And if they have a chance to go one on one with teams like the OKC Thunder, with the efforts that we saw tonight from Rui Hachimura, from Luke Kennard, and just the rest of the Lakers tonight, they can really put a number on OKC if they just show up the way that they did tonight. So hopefully that does happen. Hopefully it does, and they will bring a lot of efforts for sure moving forward for the remainder of the NBA season. Hopefully, and we can just have a good, situation when it comes to where we're at within the standings. So hopefully that happens. Hopefully very soon. So really impressed by this Lakers team. All right, guys, let's talk about the buyout targets for the Lakers. I made a video about the Lakers potentially targeting Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is a guy that's on the radar for all Laker fans, including myself, when it comes to somebody that the Lakers should potentially target. I really want the Lakers to get him because he can bring a lot of scoring off the bench, which has been lacking. There's no doubt about it. It's been lacking, and the Lakers should potentially resolve that. They have to make sure that they get that done. And I'm trying to pull up the targets that I made. I posted, and I have to credit Lakers all day, every day for putting up this post. So shout out to him for posting this because these are, in my opinion, realistic targets that the Lakers should potentially look at. And let me just share the screen just a moment so I can give you guys a good idea of what the Lakers should use for that 15th roster spot, so they can fill that in. So there we go. So as you can see, guys, the Lakers are looking at these are basically the top candidates for that 15-man roster spot. And as I mentioned, obviously Cam Thomas is number one on my list of the Lakers should potentially target. Now, obviously, you see some others. Obviously, Lonzo Ball, former Laker, and you have Chris Paul, who can end his career with a Los Angeles Lakers uniform, playing alongside LeBron, and saying something could happen when it comes to his ability to make some sort of impact on the team. But at the same time, guys, it just doesn't seem anybody wants him. Even the Toronto Raptors doesn't want him anymore. So, he didn't even play a Lakers, a Raptors uniform yet for them to, give him a buyout. So, you have that type of situation there. And then you have Highsmith, Hayward Highsmith. Uh, what I've been hearing that there's a lot of Laker fans that really want him, but at the same time, I heard also that he's dealing with an injury, and he hasn't been healthy, so that can also, hurt a situation there when it comes to down to the rotation, what his needs that we kind of want from him to be part of the rotation when it comes to his health. So, and the Lakers are dealing with injuries of their own, so it kind of defeats the purpose of targeting a guy that could make a huge impact on you if he's injured all the time. So you have him. Then you have Kevin Thomas, which I think will be the best fit for the Lakers. I mean, sure, he's dealing with injuries of his own, and he has been consistent, but at the same time, maybe a whole different scenery. And him saying he did say that he was a Lakers fan and he loves Kobe. So again, that can play a big role of him putting in some motivation for him to, play his best, game as a Los Angeles Lakers. So you have Kem Thomas potentially being like a scorer for you that could really make a huge impact for you as a scorer and bringing some scoring off the bench, which is desperately needed for sure. But then there's this guy, Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle. He's a guy that is with the Portland Trailblazers, who is potentially could get bought out by them in the next couple of days. So uh, I really like it. I like him. I mean, the guy can really bring some defensive abilities that is obviously needed for the bench. That can bring a lot to the table for the bench role. So that's somebody that I think the Lakers should potentially look at if they want to look at defense. He's like my second option for the Lakers to target if they don't get Cam Thomas. So he's somebody that I think Lakers should potentially look at as a second option. And then if there's like a third option, maybe a Highsmith, but again, injuries played a big role of him being released anyway from the Nets, so that played a big role in that. Um, Other than that, those are like my top three options that the Lakers should look at. Then there's others on here, and maybe there's some that I haven't really mentioned yet, or they're not on this list, but those are realistic for me that I think Lakers should look at when it comes to targets. But number one on my list is Cam Thomas, and then Matisse Thybulle. So, or Matisse Thybulle. So that could be a guy that I think Lakers should look at as well. and then Highsmith. So those are my selections. Those are my picks that I think the Lakers should look at when it comes to targets. It sort of remains to be seen if they could be a potential target for a buyout candidate for the Lakers. But at the same time, it is a situation there where I think the Lakers should really make sure if it's the right fit for this team. And I really think Cam Thomas is the right fit for the team, especially as like a six man, if he is capable of being a scorer for this Lakers team. So um, coming out the bench for the six man, but like I said, he'll be a great fit for this Lakers team when it comes down to that, especially offensively. So scoring could bring a lot for a team that's desperately needed. Sure, the Lakers tonight played very well, especially our bench. But at the same time, it would be nice to add on another score to this Lakers team, and then plus having a shooter as well with uh, Luke Kennard and just players playing the role can really make a whole lot of difference for this Lakers team. So it will be nice to have. So hopefully, the Lakers will look at that. They'll look at Cam Thomas as a potential buyout candidate to sign, for that 15th roster spot. So that could be an option. But at the same time, there could be some others that the Lakers could look at. Defense for sure is needed, but you just can't pass up a guy like Cam Thomas who can bring scoring for you off the bench. So if that's what JJ Redick wants, I mean, that's kind of been the trend. I mean, there he's looking for offensive players that can score and shoot as well. He's not kind of neglecting the defensive side of things, but at the same time, uh, the Lakers have managed to win games without it. So, but again, when it comes to playoff time, you really need to have a team that can play defense. So, um, they have a lot of options in front of them they could potentially do to improve the team, with that 15th roster spot. But, the best player available at the buyout market should be a number one thing that Lakers should look at. And I think it is Cam Thomas, unless Matisse Thybulle is a guy that they look at next if he is bought out. Maybe that's why they're waiting to potentially, see if he will be available for the Lakers to sign. But you never know. Injuries did play a big role of him potentially getting bought out by the Portland Trailblazers. So, um, so that could be a possibility why. So, we just have to wait and see. It remains to be seen what the Lakers will do, but at the same time, it is an option. But again, Cam Thomas is my number one for me on the list. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, other than that, it was a great win tonight for the Lakers. The Lakers beat the Warriors 105-99. An impressive performance by Luke Kennard in his debut as a Los Angeles Laker. And, guys, it was just a great effort from our bench players. They really showed up. It was an awesome performance, and hopefully they keep it up. Sure, it did not turn out well in the game in the first half, but they kind of showed up in the third and almost almost lost the game a bit. But obviously, when it came to their efforts in the fourth from Rui Hachimura and Luke Kennard, it was a good effort all around from this Lakers team, and I'm just so glad that they showed up and played good teamwork in the game and got us this win tonight against the Warriors tonight. So I was very impressed by this Lakers team, and hopefully they keep it up. They have OKC next, so that could be an opportunity for them to show up and play and get a win, hopefully. So it can be a 4-game winning streak. But again, it is the Warriors. Sorry, it is the OKC Thunder. They are a really good team this season, and they have shown it even without Shea. So that could potentially be an opportunity for the Lakers should try to gain that opportunity and get that win. But again, hopefully we wait for the return of Luka Doncic because he is a day-to-day situation. So we just have to wait and see if he'll be ready to go for a potential return. But again, guys, it's a waiting game type of situation of when he will make his return. So, but I'm glad it's not a big injury. So like I said, it is a day-to-day situation with him. So a speedy recovery for Luka Doncic. But if the Lakers can manage to win games without him, that would be awesome. So hopefully that happens. So yeah, guys, thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And again, follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. Follow me all across social media. The links will be in the description of this live stream, so you guys check me out on social media, or you can just go to my page on go to my channel and hit the links for my social media sites on Facebook and all that. So follow me all across social media. I really appreciate it. And of course, hit the notification bell and subscribe to ZSN on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And guys, let's hopefully the Lakers will keep this drive that they're on. And with Luke Kennard on the team now, I think Lakers should bring some more better shooting consistency out of him as a clutch player that he is. So hopefully that'll be the case. Hopefully going into this for the remainder of the season. So hopefully. So thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you again. Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.